Welcome to the Quick Start video for RidingData. My name is Martin Moore. In this video, I will give you the orientation to get started quickly with RidingData. The main topics are analysis and data import. The modules can be found at the top. Clicking on Analysis opens the analysis view. When developing RidingData, the focus was placed on intuitive handling, but orientation at the beginning doesn't hurt. We also want to clarify a few terms. The lap selection window is placed on the left. In general, a window can be recognized by the title bar and the pin symbol to the right of it. Clicking on the pin causes the window to fold to the side. This makes sense if the display space should be used for other areas. Clicking on the window that was folded to the side opens it again. Another click on the pin symbol fixes it in the overall view. Most windows contain a toolbar for window-specific settings or actions, directly below the title. If a question mark symbol is included, the specific help for the window can be displayed. A gear symbol always offers expanded settings options. In the middle area, data are displayed as graphics or tables. The laps, from which data shall be displayed, are selected in the lap selection window on the left. In the plot configurations window on the right, you can set which diagrams shall be displayed and what the content of each diagram shall be. At the top you find the general setting bar. This is called the ribbon. There are 3 folded windows on the right side. There is functionality built in, that isn't used that often. One click opens the side window. A click outside the window causes it to fold back to the side. Now we want to display the data for a single lap. To accomplish this, the desired track is first set in the lap selection window. Brno is currently active. We change the track to Hockenheim GP. All data records, available for the track, can be found in the area below. Sorted in descending order by date. When activating the event clustering option, the data sets can be automatically grouped into events. Clicking on a row opens the data set and shows the laps. The fastest lap can be recognized by the green font color. The ideal lap is also highlighted in color. In the advanced settings, note the ability to adjust the information in the rows, for example the maximum speed in each lap. A lap is selected by activating the corresponding checkbox. The data for the selected lap are displayed in the middle area. These charts are called channel plots. A channel can be an information recorded by the logger. For example, the GPS speed. Or it is a parameter, calculated by RidingData, such as the lean angle or the time difference when comparing several laps. A channel plot shows the progression of one or more channels over an entire lap. The plot configurations window is used to set the contents of the channel plots. 5 channel plots can be configured and made visible. Here too I would like to point out the help in the window toolbar. There are currently 3 channel plots active. This is indicated by a colored frame around the plot options. To demonstrate, I'll rearrange a few points. The plot with RPM and gear is made visible, and the gear channel is activated. It may be surprising why the RPM range is not between 0 and around 15,000. A look at the extended channel settings, which are made visible via the toolbar, shows that a multiplier has been defined for this channel. This allows the RPM to be good combined with the gear in a single plot. While we're here, I'll change the line type for the RPM channel to dotted. You can set up many options to match your personal needs. Now the channel stock is opened via the toolbar. All channels that are not used in any plot are collected there. Using drag and drop, we move the slip channel, this is the slip of the rear wheel, into the second plot and activate the slip instead of the lean angle. We make the bottom plot invisible by clicking on the eye symbol. Plot configurations can be saved as plot templates for quick recovery in the Plot Templates side window. After opening, the window can be fixed by clicking on the pin symbol. The currently set plot configuration is saved by pressing the Add New Template button. The name of the template will be changed immediately. This means you can easily create and work with your own saved templates, according to your needs. A template can be restored by pressing the button with the check symbol next to the name. In the General Settings bar, the so-called ribbon, settings can be made or actions can be triggered for specific topics. For example, the values at the cursor position of the channel plots are displayed if the Show option is activated in the Data Tips. All elements are equipped with tooltips. If the mouse pointer is moved to an element, information appears regarding what can be done with it. 3 special windows can be made visible or invisible. The rider statistics show a summary of every existing rider for the current track. The track window is very interesting. It shows the shape of the track, curbs, corner numbers, etc. Of course, the driven line of the active laps can also be seen. To zoom in on a graphic, you can use the mouse scroll wheel. Alternatively, a zoom area can be drawn with the left mouse button pressed. The right mouse button is used to move the zoom area. A double click takes you back to the full view. This works the same way in the channel plots. A list of these interaction options, as well as all hotkeys, is displayed when you press the Hotkeys button in the ribbon. The size of the windows can be changed at the edges, as well as the relative height of the channel plots. The Details window can also be shown or hidden in the ribbon. This window shows detailed information about a dataset, organized in several tabs. The section table is a powerful tool when it comes to identifying time potentials in sections in just a few seconds. A general recommendation for what to do on the track is to import the data into RidingData soon after riding. A look at the section table will immediately tell you how things went in that session. I would like to briefly explain the table. Each lap gets a row in the table. Each predefined track section gets a column. Let's look at the column labeled T2 and 3. This is the track area from braking on turn 2 to the end of the acceleration phase after turn 3. I display the section separators using the ribbon option and zoom in. The fastest lap in the data set is highlighted in blue. Each fastest section gets a green background color. The numbers in the cells mean how many milliseconds longer the section took, compared to the best driven section of the dataset. In this case, the fastest lap took 473 milliseconds or 0.473 seconds longer than in lap 9. So it is clear that it should be analyzed what was done so much better in the T2 and 3 section on lap 9 than in the fastest lap 4. The longer introductory videos go into the topic in more detail, and a separate short video for the section analysis is planned. The ultimate benefit of RidingData is achieved when 2 or more laps are compared. To do this, a second lap is activated. It doesn't matter whether the second lap is in the same data set or not. Lap is lap. In the channel plots, all channels of a lap are now displayed in a lap-specific color. This makes it easy to visually distinguish between the laps. However, the clarity decreases. That's why we reduce the content by making the bottom channel plot invisible. The colors can be changed in the Settings module. Since we are currently using the dark color scheme, the first column must be considered. The lap colors area lets us set the color order when selecting multiple laps. To demonstrate, I'll change the color for the first lap to light blue. In general, you can adjust the colors of many elements in this module to match your personal preferences. Back in the analysis area, the changed color of the first lap can be seen immediately. RidingData provides so-called benchmark laps from a very fast rider for many tracks. In most cases, you can learn a lot from it in terms of the driven line, etc. We choose the benchmark lap from Hockenheim GP as the second lap. The time potentials template is perfect suitable for the identification of time differences. We activate the template. The diff time channel can now be seen in the lowest visible plot. All channels, whose names begin with diff, contain the difference between the selected laps. The diff time channel is the VIP channel when comparing laps. It shows how the difference in lap time develops over the whole lap. At the beginning, the value is always 0. At the end of the lap, the value is the difference in lap time. At a glance you can see which sections of the track have the greatest time potential, or where a change in bike setup or driving behavior has had the most impact. A dedicated chapter in the module Help is dedicated to the diff time channel. This is discussed in more detail in the introductory videos. Now let's look at a few special features in RidingData. A very helpful option is the continuous cursor zoom. If this is activated in the ribbon or by using the C key, the area shown in the track plot follows the cursor position in the channel plots. The zoom strength can be changed using the plus and minus keyboard buttons. Notice and be amazed at the precise representation of the line being driven. This is only possible thanks to the unique RidingData GPS error correction, which is already applied during data import. Another innovation is built into the snapshot side window. Have you ever forgotten something? Who does not? If you discover something important in the data, the current analysis situation can be saved as a snapshot, including comments, etc. All you need to do is simply click on Add New Snapshot. A title is entered and a few sentences, commenting on what can be seen in the snapshot. Later, the snapshots can be restored with a single click on the check icon next to the title. But it is much more than just a screenshot. The analysis situation has truly been recovered, and any further analysis from this point is possible. There is no way to work with data more efficiently and comprehensively. Before we move over to the data import, I would like to point out that identifying time potentials alone does not lead to faster lap times. This slide shows the established workflow for data-driven lap time improvement. After the potential identification, the cause analysis has to be done. Of course, you can use RidingData for this step too. However, it would be beyond the scope of this video if we would dive deeper into this. The extended introductory video shows the entire process using a specific example. Step by step. Now I'll show you how data is imported into RidingData. To do this, we select the Data module and make sure that the Import submodule is active. The data to be read in must be available as a CSV file. How this is created for the different loggers is described in a PDF document. It is not complicated, but the instructions must be followed exactly. You can open the PDF instructions for your logger by clicking the corresponding button. The import process is started via a button in the ribbon. Depending on which logger manufacturer or its software the data comes from. The ability to read and use data from different logger manufacturers gives you flexibility if a friend has a different logger or you want to switch over to a different model. In our case it is a Motec logger. Now the CSV file must be selected. The channel assignment view then appears. I open the help, the graphic makes this step easier to understand. RidingData can read data from different logger manufacturers. Since the loggers stored information, the so-called channels, can have different names for the same size, this assignment step is necessary. The graphic shows an example of the situation for the GPS speed. Within RidingData this is called VGPS. For a Starlane logger, the name for this information might be GPS speed. For AIM it might be speed GPS and so on. That's why it's necessary to tell RidingData which channel in the logger file corresponds to the internal channel, VGPS. The table on the left contains the channel names in the logger file. The middle table is used for the assignment. The RidingData channel column shows the internal names. If an assignment has been made, the entire line is highlighted in green. And the name of the channel in the logger file is shown in the file channel column. The automatic assignment system is already equipped with a lot of assignment names out of the box. Manual changes are registered and automatically applied the next time you import. I'll show you how to change assignment, using the RPM example. To cancel an assignment, the row of the assignment table is dragged and dropped into the logger file table. To create an assignment, you drag from the logger file table to the corresponding row in the assignment table. When done, you can continue using the Continue button. The track assignment is easy to manage. The track is selected in the list on the left. The graphic can be used to immediately visually check whether the choice of track matches the data. After pressing Continue, the data will be processed. In the last import step, information and comments regarding the data set are entered. A few mandatory fields must be filled out, most fields are optional. If you want to create a data situation that is easy to follow, then as much information as possible should already be entered at data import. If the rider for the data set has already been entered into RidingData, it can be selected in the drop-down. Otherwise, the New Rider button is pressed, and a new rider is added. The portrait and side pic images are optional. I recommend using this possibility. It leads to a personal and cool atmosphere. When you press the Save button, the import is completed and all data is saved. The imported data set can be used immediately in the analysis. Now you have gotten to know the most important elements and processes. You can now start working with RidingData yourself. You will soon experience how incredibly valuable the systematic data comparison in RidingData is. The reward is faster lap times. And we all dream of that. There is still a lot to discover. You can find more extensive videos on the website. And if you get stuck or simply have a question, use the support form or simply write an email. If you haven't installed RidingData yet, you can find the download on the website. RidingData can be tested free of charge and without registration for 21 days. No risk, no cost, no obligation. Take advantage of the testing opportunity, it's worth it.